next on Beating the Odds.
If a doctor thinks I won't ever walk again, what's the chance of anybody in show business being any smarter than that?
My mom didn't want to put me in a special school because she didn't want me to live in a special world later.
The impact had given me something new, which is an attitude that I can do anything.
I wasn't going to let the virus do that to me. I was going to take my own life.
Are just natural gentlemen.
As the popular character Squiggy on the hit 70s sitcom Laverne and Shirley, actor David Lander got a laugh with every entrance.
Howdy, duties.
David and co-star Michael McKean were a well-honed comic team that had formed years before in college.
We hit it off. We were both drama students. We were fast friends. And that's when we started doing Lenny, and we called them then Lenny and Anthony.
After nearly a decade, it was Penny Marshall who gave the struggling actors their big break.
When the show came along, we had no cast. So I said, I know two funny guys, and thought, well, they could be our last-ditch dates and stuff. And so they were invited over to our house.
Before we could settle in, Rob Reiner, who was then married to Penny Marshall, said, "So, you're going to do Lenny and Anthony?" And with that, the entire party stopped. And everybody seemed to stare at us.
These characters at this point, they kind of did themselves, you know. We just kind of just took a premise and played with it. And you know, we did like 20 minutes and got a lot of laughs and wound up with a job.
Something about this place gives me the creeps.
Hello, girls. Hiya, Sam. How's the rush?
For David, it was a dream job.
I used to say to Michael, I said, it's great. I mean, we were friends for 9 years before this thing happened, and now they're paying us to be friends.
They were funny. Michael and David were the funniest guys on television.
That is a talking horse. He speaks 2 languages.
Shortly after the series went off the air, a bad case of the flu left David feeling strangely fatigued.
I think the first signs that I had it was when I went and did a movie called Conan the Destroyer with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they eventually fired me because they thought that I was drinking. Because basically what had happened, what I noticed with this flu, was that my walking was affected.
David denied, even to himself, that there was a problem. But 6 months later, his health reached a crisis point.
He actually couldn't get out of bed one morning. His legs buckled and he couldn't make it to the bathroom.
It's like somebody took the air out of my body, or you know, the air out of my tires, only my whole body just... I mean, I would look at my arm and wonder what it was doing attached to my body, because it wasn't moving. I had no feeling in it. What was weird was 2 hours later, I was perfectly okay. So at times you go, maybe it's in my head, or maybe, you know, you try to analyze it yourself. And you say, well, I've got something weird. I just want to get a name for it. Now, I was kind of hoping the name would be Jeffrey or Barbara or Tiffany or something, but...
That day, David went to go see his family doctor, who provided a chilling assessment.
And he said, well, you either have a cancerous tumor on your spinal cord or multiple sclerosis. So we'll have to give you a spinal tap to find out. And I said, well what should I be hoping for? He said, well, if it's a cancerous tumor, we'll remove it, but I can't guarantee that you'll live longer than 2 years. Oh, and you'll never walk again. Uh-huh. What about the MS? Well, there, you'll never walk again, but you can live for a long, healthy life, except you won't walk. So I'm thinking, gee, how many parts are there for a 36-year-old Jew in a wheelchair, you know? I mean, heck, Raymond Burr can't live forever. That chair's got to go to me next.